Alan, what did you want me?
I just had to make sure you put up the moral restoration party because everybody has been getting upset
No, no,
by
no,
the,
no.
by the lack of coverage of the moral restoration party. So I was just waiting in the graphic to show that they were receiving representation.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Of
Well,
yeah.
course. Of course, man. I would just like to say big up to Sam Keynes, you know, for finally
No,
responding to me.
some games can't get the first big up tonight. We gonna get the first big up to China Wallet.
Oh, okay, okay, my bad.
Today is his birthday. Well, Almond, really and truly, I elder than show me when is your birthday. You're not supposed to restrict yourself and tell yourself today my birthday. You know?
Yeah?
Almond on my birthday. I collecting almond wherever you got for me and you see me. Nobody feel it because I was the third or nothing. You're supposed to celebrate almond and
yes,
you're not the guy.
yes, man.
He don't
Yes,
start
man.
he don't start to celebrate from the first. Big up is the China wallet. If you know you go talk about some games.
Big up China Wallen. Blessed earth strong. Wherever you're
Bless
there.
him, my brother.
That's why
Bless
his
him,
spot
bless him.
empty right now. That's why his spot empty, but he's with us here right now. You know how it is. But yeah, I just want to say big up to Sam Keynes for actually giving me, sending me the two pictures them that I needed to actually put them out there. You know what I mean? Last week I talked about how nobody got no pictures of them. So that's a problem. So how they gonna get coverage if nobody got no pictures of them? But he responded. He responded, and I get two pictures, two clean pictures. So I was able to do things now. So
And
look,
by the way, everybody, me not gonna manners. But good night. It's Alan Powell. Good thing we have graphics so you could at least see the name attached. But I'm Alan Powell, regular from the topics, and
you
I'm
know,
joined this evening by our colleagues at Real Talk Corner.
I want to know
Mr.
what Alan headphones there. I want to know what
Um,
Alan headphones there.
in Nevis.
I gotta get you, bring up your headphones. I bring up your headphones. I could
Yeah,
hear the loop back. Could hear the look back.
yeah.
But people don't want to be talk too much about these kind of things. We got to get into the topics right away. So, Alan, is your show. Take it off.
Um, well, first thing we really want to get into is Culture Armor ended yesterday. And you would not believe last week one of the things I spoke about before the show was actually the production of Culture Armor.
I believe.
And I feel like it's important to look at Culture Armor as a product because that's just what they tell us. Yeah, tourism product. You understand marketing product. It's not just that we have Culture Armor, but we send out the images and all these kind of things. We cover the shows and all these kind of things. And so you got to watch the production quality.
Yeah.
And comment just like I would have spoken about music fest. And actually is I think was Mary on the show. Spoke to my cousin from Tatola and he was telling me this week self bye man them down there we watched the lineup and it was like they step back. You know what I mean? He was saying even people who went from Tola was like it wasn't like the regular music fest lineup. What they would anticipate or be craving for. You know what I'm saying? So
Feel you.
but he also said as far as the production. Cause you remember I had tell you they had step up like the lighting and thing on the stage.
Yeah.
And we give them props for that.
They
Cause
spend a
me
little
tell
money
them,
there.
me really been like the artists them neither, but the production was on point. Visually, it was something that would be stimulating to look at. and also with the incorporation of the drone too. Cause me realize my partner been a make nice about the drone for last lap yesterday. But I also you a technical man
Yeah.
and we you just taking these events. So I wanna know. Y'all watch any of the shows? I would definitely like to talk about this
Mm.
Okay,
and
hold
the
on, hold
risk.
on. I wanna jump in there.
Guys,
No,
talk to me.
no jump in there. Let me just jump in
Man,
there. Yeah.
jump in. Man, just stop me.
I don't want to sound bad, but unfortunately, this thing was a comedy show. Yeah, it was just one long comedy festival to me. It was
No,
one long comedy festival to me. It
in
was like
what
a
manner?
comedy tour.
In what manner? Because let me tell you, I want to distinguish a difference between the performance of the contestants, which I think that is on them, and when me talk about the production, I'm talking about people up there. I see a man in a Mr. Cool. Up to now, he not done it talent. Cause every time he start to do something, they might now work. So when me talk about the production, me talk about like mic now work. Me talk about the host and them on the stage and a video start up play. Me talk about no music. Things ain't on
Ag-
time. We ain't
Hey,
looking at
but again,
something and seeing that it's well coordinated. You understand what I mean?
that is a part of the comedy. That was a part of the comedy. Listen, there was a part of the on the shows. I might even think it might have been Queen show where the host introduce a contestant. The contestant comes on stage, and the host mic was still on. You could hear the conversation that the host was saying in the back. Yeah. So let's just say the host had said, "But I don't like that damn girl." You know, hear that, yeah.
Well,
Ah,
listen,
the host had said, "Hey, I gave what we hit tonight." Oh Lord.
any conversation they would be having would be interfering with the segment. Particularly if
That
it's a segment we're talking already going on. It make it worse if it's a segment when no talking going on and you hear and you see somebody on stage and you just hear talking. So it can be good in no aspect.
so again, it was a comedy show to me.
And watch here. 'Cause this is the
Eh,
thing too. The realest person I hear talk about the shows is Abo, you know? Because one of the reasons why I was saying like I feel like Taj, I feel like the host in general, we need to inject some personality. 'Cause even them themselves. And like for example, I don't think we need no more water rush. I brother-in-law. If you can't talk on the subject, don't talk it. Don't get yourself in trouble. But I feel like, for example, Rudy, yeah, Rudy, you don't give me a lot of time. You check.
time up.
I been down by the hash track, and when me pass on by the hash track the other day, I realize in a hash track. You understand? Some things we used to do and we not bother deal with them kind of things there. So I feel like maybe we need to
But
explore the possibility.
but
News got a
but
lot of
you know what you just said,
personality.
though? The
Mm-hmm.
personality part of it. I think like we have a tendency as a people to look for image, right? So we look at the kind of person and say that person they fit the bill. But we don't look at it and say, "Man, that person really got the vibes." Because the vibes thing, eh? Hosting a show is a vibes.
And it's a hard job.
Because especially if you want the people who ain't accustomed to being on the stage and everybody watching you. And you got to be on stage between segments and your person in the back tell you, "Hey, hold on for 5 more minutes," and you ain't planned for that. But it rough.
But but to me, it got built-in bullshit where you think, you know? If me been a host, all what me do every minute, me I tell you about the schedule. All what they gonna make noise and say by Alan, Alan tell me everything what going on in a culture. I listen to this man, you talk about what's coming next, blah blah blah. It
and
just
and
I
you
just
see,
feel it
it's
feel
it's
loose.
it's about being able to speak on the flair as well. Because let me tell you, you see, like the calypso show. In the middle there, me talk about yo, I talk to Corey. Corey tell me he doing this for long jam. Yeah, we're gonna start to build up our kind of other events. But they're not really doing kind of thing there. I talk to Asa Banton, the promoter. Let me talk to Asa Banton. Asa Banton tell me come with a plane of water. But we're not doing
And
anything there.
let me tell you, the production extend to they would play some clips, for example, during the swimming, right? And me there, I mean, I look around, I mean, it's like, I be supposed to be a citizen. Cause it's like something you see the people and
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, what is it, be the bloopers or something? What is taking this?
Comedy
I
show,
said this
dog.
video, this was edited wrong.
Comedy show. Comedy show.
Almost was edited in a kind of way to like embarrass some of them in a certain things.
By comedy show.
Ira, you have any thoughts towards the production of the shows?
I think I had
I
to
was
step away. But
or I or
but I'm but I'm gonna tell you so I'm gonna tell you something too. I'm gonna tell you another part that the culture where I'm confused. Who in road
what's that?
match?
I am not aware as of yet who in road match.
Exactly.
Did, did I tell you what was taking place as far as band was sharing a trailer? Ah, you realize that is what was taking
No, I
place?
I, I realized I realized well I don't know
I
if Bang was
mean,
sharing a trailer, but I realized that
no, I'm
Platinum
telling
Game
you,
was yeah. Who
no,
shared
I'm
a
telling
trailer?
you. All the band them, it seem like because even when I tune in first, I was hearing ultrasonics coming down. So me
Mm.
ask, so where there? Where the lead? This is not supposed to be cool. And then me hear Core take over in a kind of way. So it was like a kind of alternating kind of thing.
Yeah, well, what Corey kind of do is he booked Tebulus for the Juve. So Tebulus is a little bit on the Juve road. My question was, we was Speedy?
I don't know.
Because Speedy is a part of core.
So something going on.
But listen, I just asked it where was Speedy.
Watch out, if something going on, you gonna know going on. This late on,
No,
you
I
know, I believe I be supposed to get a letter over talking about bad.
no, because no, I heard that Speedy. I heard unfortunately that Speedy was suspended for something.
Oh,
I heard Speedy was suspended.
if you know want to tell the story, see DJ and I don't know if I want to know the story.
Well,
You say
he had a suspension.
he gets suspended from the band
Yeah, the band gave him a suspension apparently. So that's why they have to
during this
backfill and put
important time of culture, Cause you know, Reese, as you say, man, know what sports, and you know, you might suspend a player in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, really and truly,
he ain't doing that bad. He ain't doing that bad. But yeah,
unless it's a major violation.
there's no violation making me suspend nobody during the medical trauma. You might get a suspension after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not during it.
Um,
That's a good point as well. RDC was missing.
but RDC been a play. Me and RDC been a play for trailer.
RDC playing a Jordan too.
That what I tell you. Me here
Oh shit.
RDC for trailer. For sure. But I want to say something now to also in watching the quality of the shows as well, and this is from the contestant perspective. Anybody who wanna go in for Queen Show or any of these things, I'm gonna start to offer my services. I wanna get ready for the interview segment in particular. Y'all wanna be able to answer a question? If you could answer a question from me, you will be able to answer a question from the judges. And this is gonna be really and truly. He gonna take away a lot of joy from me. 'Cause I only
by
choose interview shows to watch the interview segment. I just y'all provided me so much entertainment.
by
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie to you. The COVID question was hard.
which COVID question was that?
There was
The
a
queen,
COVID
the
question
queen, the
last year,
queen,
Queen show.
the queen
Yeah,
for the queens.
yeah. The
Reese,
COVID
what
question
being
was
hard
very hard.
about Reese? What was hard about it? And first of all, we ain't gonna bullshit everyone this thing. I'm not gonna tell you that they knew what the question was, but I would have to believe that they had a general idea what the question was gonna, the topic. And also, I ain't gonna make no excuse for them. And listen, but we in the pandemic right now still. Right now still. If listen, if they've been a watching just a little news, just a little bit of news, Reese, they could not answer the question.
Yeah, well, let me be real, boy. Let me be real. How much people really watch news?
How much people really, if you want,
Yeah.
listen, okay, let me put it like this. If you want to be the queen of Navis, you better watch, you better start to watch the news from now, please. That is one of the things that you're going to have to do in order to answer a question. You understand? Because you got to be informed. Watch out, the girl, remember the girl will win the interview segment. She only answer one part of the question. Huh? One part of the question. And if Shamali didn't answer peace.
A
Well,
little bit, a little bit.
Shamali answer like 15% of the question, and my girl answer half of the question. You check? If she been answer the whole question, if Shamali been answer half of the question too, she would have been the queen. And half of the question is simple. Pan a social perspective, why do we stop woman we ban? We stop woman. She now put it in the bad part. Me had a lot of people stop woman, bang off one another and realize, bah, me not like you, You check
Boy,
it out. But that's not your job neither. Your job is to
let's
focus.
answer the question. Let's answer the
What
question.
was one of the social challenges? We couldn't go out. What was one of the positives? We was able to interact with one another.
Family
One of
band,
the good
family
things
band.
for me, man, Mrs. Some of my neighbor them start a wave after me. Me not even know hear them there. But what we get good. So me know good vibes in there.
Yeah.
And then nobody really was able to deal with the economic part. Shamali had kind of tried to deal with it, but
He
as soon as
tried.
she said via internet, I said, whoa,
Online.
whoa,
She not say nothing about internet. She said online.
via
Online.
online,
I don't know
via
if she said
on.
via, but you say she said via.
No, she said via.
Yeah. He tried.
She
He
said
tried.
via.
He tried
But
Yeah,
everything.
she
He tried.
attempted.
yeah,
He
she
attempted.
tried. She tried. But here's the question I have for all of you. On a scale of 1 to 10, why I rate culture drama?
Me
Honestly.
no went. Me no went. Me no went.
From what you saw, from what you saw.
Me no went. I
Um,
get a 7.
um,
I get a 7.
how me rate culture armor?
Lad boy. It's 1 to 10. You will break it
You
down?
gonna got to be like about a 5.
Lad.
No, you watch out. Okay, here what me I try to tell you.
Yeah.
The production quality in
I can't.
and then the quality of the contestants in there.
See
So
that?
what me supposed to tell you?
You see,
What me really supposed
this
to
is
tell
what me
you?
getting jumpy,
I,
yeah? This is what me getting jumpy,
God,
you know. Boom, 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 boom. I feel like some steps forward was made. So last year we were on the platform, might have been Real Talk Corner, talking about how Culturama now stream all these shows. Now this year, every show was streamed, except for Wet Fest. That isn't really a show. That's a concert, but at least this year, me nobody been a try to make me pay a Queen show. Nobody been a try to make me pay a Calypso show. You could have see every show. So even though the production wasn't great, at least there was the production. So
Ira,
I give them a boost for that, for
Ira,
doing that at least.
if I had to pay for them show, I want back all the money.
Yeah, but no, well, apart from it, we get some classics, right? We get Man Who Hungry. You get what I'm saying? We get some classics. So
We get free TT. We get
we
free
get it.
TT. The TT can't control itself.
Yeah,
The
we
TT
get
can't control itself. Me say,
even though
wow.
even though you might not feel like the standard of the contestants were great, you still got some sort of enjoyment by watching the show, even though it was
Yeah, but
comedy. I
listen,
enjoyed it.
listen,
Okay.
I,
listen, hear
I
what me
watch
say.
the show over and over. I
Listen,
rewind and watch
listen,
pieces.
listen and understand me,
Yeah.
When I looked at the talented team, once again, and I look at the performance of the Eva Walters, the entertainment that I got was not the kind of entertainment what me get during the interview segment for those shows. The entertainment that I was provided with from Eva Walters
Yeah.
was because they had talent on display.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
The
express that.
entertainment I was provided with in some of these shows here now was because okay, contestant number one of the Queen show. As I tell you, I'm not no sound man. Reese probably could tell you what keys and this. All me know, my voice got in bass. You check it out, and me know ladies them high pitch.
Yeah.
Me can't tell you if you hit the correct tone, but I could tell you when you are. Ira, she wasn't hitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the one that was singing.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
contestant number one.
Let me talk about that. Hold on. Let me talk about that. Let me tell her something about that. So she sing right, and me not like this song bad because I'm not the greatest singer in the world. But there's certain things in life you could do, and when you could do, you do it well. Like Alan, you could play cricket. You go out there and play cricket, you play it well. You don't go out and play hockey, so you can't play hockey. So she needed to eat a keyboard. Ah, the keys, then hopefully she found the right one. Boom,
But
boom,
we don't even
boy.
study either, yeah. Because the
no,
thing about
watch
it
it,
is,
watch it.
wait, Alan, wait,
Ira,
wait. The thing
okay,
about it
okay.
is, that
No,
at
I
least they
like how
I,
try.
you
I,
want from
They
and
no,
try,
but
right?
yeah,
They
yeah,
Ira, I
big
got
up.
to tell you, Ira,
You go
and
big
this is
them up
where
for
things,
trying at least. We can't
Ira,
just
this is
come
where
up here
things are
and just say,
coming.
oh, they don't do good. They don't do good. They do good enough for stand up on the stage. You get
But
what I'm
Ira,
saying?
this is where things are coming, and this is where
They need
preparation are coming.
chaperones. I think the
You
chaperones are the
see,
problem.
like how she was singing.
Yeah.
She was supposed to either have a monitor in she ear where she could hear herself and realize she half key, or she should have been trained to listen to the speakers in front to hear that she half key.
Yeah.
That's what monitors are there for.
I understand.
But
I
that is what
understand.
Reese,
I said
preparation. That
that
is
I
what
said
listen,
that to my
ear.
I said that to my
Reese.
wife. Maybe she needed to hear
Okay,
herself.
this is another point I wanted to make. The reason why art is important in the schools, art is going to help the Queen shows. If like all these ladies had to learn, for example, an instrument, they had to actually go into like drama or dancing or something, some kind of art form, it is going to raise the quality of the Queen show because I I was dealing with some young people, one young lady and one young man for a kind of show. When it come to a talent segment, right? If you can't play instrument, sing or dance is drama, If and when you resort to drama and you ain't no dramatist, you kind of let me know you ain't got a real talent. I'm telling you this right now. And if you ain't even gonna tap into an emotion that you this is something where you're comfortable with, whether it is happy, angry, or whatever. Because some people talent, you hear them, and me hear them across, and me is like, okay, I like Shamali talent. Shamali talent was close to she personality. So even though she do a drama, I was like, I vibes it. I could go with it because she tapping into emotions
Who
and
she
things
is?
where
Who she? Who she?
she
Yeah
she
man,
just
big
telling
up
me
Lenny.
about going in the world, like going telling me, and then she messages like the culture bigger than that. Boom, you understand? There is ways to finesse this thing,
Yeah.
but I feel like if we really was to give these ladies an option to go art farm, it gonna help culture harm. 'Cause anytime you see them go do a lot of drama and then a naturally dramatist, then you got to tell me you got to. It's like if me got to go sing music now.
Hmm.
Me got to go sing for 1 minute about it. That's why when me hear some man in a sing it names or sing about the president, me I say I be going prime minister. What me
Hmm.
want about the president for? Are you tell me about
Um,
Rolls Royce? So just sing more while we got yeah. A man gonna
you want
connect.
to hear what it could roll up?
Yeah.
You know, you know what I don't like?
Go ahead.
Compound talents. I feel like the Nivision public don't rate your talents if you just go and sing. You can't just go and try and sing. You got to dance. You got to dramatize and then dance and then sing. And the more you do, it could be crap. You could sing terrible, dramatize terrible, and dance terrible. But because you do all three, I put up four. You got wonderful talent. You do the best talent today night. And then,
You know what's the biggest problem I have? We don't overthink talent sometimes, right?
yeah,
Sometimes we could simplify things and make it work, yeah.
that's how I think. And so when I look at one lady that might sing and then uh, dramatize then dance. So I look at like Shamali's talent for instance. I thought that her dramatization flowed into her dance, so it worked well. But for some, it's like I do a dramatization, stop, and then I start to dance, and there's no real
There's
connection.
there's no connect.
There's
There's
no
no connect. I agree.
connection in between the
I
two. And
agree.
it's like, what is this? You know what I mean? But I've been in the crowd and I've heard people say, oh, that was boring simply because somebody might have done one thing instead of done some sort of compound talent to hide the fact that they not got no real talent,
Yeah,
is what it
I
is.
get what you're saying. But I feel if you do the one talent well, you could stand up. Like I give you a good example, right? We have six, seven West Indies cricketers, and we haven't seen anybody do a tribute to a cricketer. When nobody don't say, let me do a tribute to Willie. You want to capture the Nigerian public because that is our first West Indies cricketer. But we always overthink everything. No, do a tribute to Willie, bam.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, usually got. I know
And
Alan is seeing like you wanna get in. I know when Van had got in, he
I want to
painted.
fight with you.
He
and
painted,
you know how
and he
you
had
sell
do a
it.
talent to Thunder.
You know how you sell it at the end. You bring Willie on stage,
Yeah,
boom.
he had paint and
Marshall
he
do
had do
it
a talent to
before.
Thunder.
Yeah,
I think that
simple
was before
things.
Thunder passed away too. So it's almost like he immortalized the man with that picture and bringing him on his stage and giving him his roses while he was alive.
While he was
But
still in,
he
yeah.
painted and talked, and it's like he win best talent. You know what I mean?
Um,
Go ahead,
uh,
Alan. Yeah,
what is the purpose of culture, I think we was
having the discussion. You didn't chime in.
almost uh, no, I had said something and then you had asked me about if Africa is
Africa?
country or if it was
No, no,
this
no,
was
no. Oh, you're talking about something else. You're talking about Shy's post.
yes,
Oh, okay, okay,
and because we're talking about culture,
yeah.
and my context under the post was well, which people are we speaking about?
I understand
Is
that.
it we claiming the whole of Africa, or are we claiming a particular part? So I wanted to fight with you right now in your ass.
Yeah. We could fight about that. So
Yeah,
so when you went and you addressed Shy in your comment, I keep calling him Shy. Gosh, Yashanta Farhan, you changed the word from countries to region, right? No, if you said region in the beginning, I would have just passed it straight. But from you use the term country, then it's like, well, did countries really exist at that point? Regions did. South, west, east, not. So you would have find differences. But in your initial comment, you said countries, and I was like, well, where did these countries come from, and what are the purpose of the countries? The countries was actually probably made to even divide and split up Africa to Europeans, right? But if you had said region, and in your comment when you are just shy, you said region. So I was like, okay, I get what he was saying. He meant region, which region of Africa. So
Okay.
that was what I meant.
When we're talking about culture, what culture we talking about? I'm trying to figure out what culture just because I want to know if we're talking about 1974 and it's like certain people gonna be like the culture is just 1974. If the culture is the transatlantic slave trade and where the particular slaves came from, uh, if the culture is actually evolving. Because this is not just the shy post too, no, because I think what put up a post
Yeah.
and he was like, this is not the 1980s. The ladies are gonna be in town and you're gonna see the lovely body. And who vex? Who saying this is a child event or something? You need to relax yourself. So I wanna know what the culture be. The girls them supposed to just like is 1974. They supposed to just like is 1500. Why be really a child?
So the way how I see it is that Culturama is made for preservation of certain traditions that we would have had from, like you said, maybe 19. I don't even know if the traditions were adopted in 1974. I think it would have been traditions before that, and they introduced Culturama to preserve those traditions, like masquerade and clones and stuff. Because there's backstories to the masquerade. There's backstory to Juve and why there's a Juve. There's backstory to the bull, and there's backstories to certain things and certain aspects. And
Hold on.
where
Hold on.
there's also
Pause right
food. Go ahead.
Pause right there. In the it, it was in the ambassadorial dress.
Yeah,
One of the categories was Japanese
Japanese. They
girls.
had
No?
Japanese
What's the
girls.
backstory?
I don't know, and I wanted to figure that out myself.
Okay,
That was something
all
that
right.
I had to look into. I wanted to look into. I don't know if it had, because we've seen a great deal of migration into St. Kitts and Nevis at different times. There was the Jewish people who occupied certain regions. So different people would have came in at different times. So I don't know if there was a time where the Japanese had occupied certain areas and they taught certain things. You get what I'm saying? It's like this, right? There was this show on Netflix, and a Korean was the host, and Alton Brown. I don't remember the Korean person's name, but she made a comment and she said Korea has the best fried chicken. Was it Vietnam? Whoever, I think it was Vietnam. Yeah. Well, anyway, and then Alton had to pull she up and tell she, you know why? Because they were taught by African GIs how to fry chicken. So they wouldn't even know that part in their culture where they learn that food from Africans, unless the story is being told along the line, where in some sort of dramatization or dance, where they would have dramatized the Africans coming in and teaching them how to fry chicken. And then the culture of fried chicken now would be exposed to younger generations, and they would know the backstory. So we might have certain things that we are adapted from Japanese or whatever it is, but we don't know the backstory because the culture is not being preserved, right? The heritage or where it's coming from is not being preserved. So maybe that's what Culturama is supposed to be. You're not saying that certain things don't have any parts in Culturama. It's just that don't eliminate other parts to introduce new parts. because then we're going to lose Culturama. And that's where I feel like Culturama should now be a smaller event and we should do a carnival.
Um, just now when you've been explaining what culture be, it didn't sound like you like when the premier talk about the fair share. So it's like me I hear and it's like the man sound like you tell me what the fair share be, but me still not here.
Well, well,
You know, I understand, but
me don't know fully
I
what
just
the culture is.
it,
There's different aspects. There's food, there's music.
well, really and truly, the culture is a people in a given place doing whatever they're doing. Whatever you're doing is the culture. Um, to me, what was imposed is reflecting is that
Excuse me.
the culture is not stagnant, and particularly like watch out, me not really understand. I consider the food not the food fair parade a kids event.
No. What I feel the need to do is put the children through first. Let the children go up and let the adults come after.
They used
Here
to
what me
have
not
kiddie
understand.
parades. They used to have
Here,
kiddie
here what me,
parades.
here what me not understand. If your child went to swimsuit, your child
And you
went to
put it,
swimsuit, or your child watch
yeah,
swimsuit, you telling me you're concerned about private woman going on the road, what clothes they got on?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And as far as we know, there are some kind of laws to protect against decency. So if the titty fall out on the road, you could be locked up. We ain't right. I could let you know if the titty fall out on the road, you will not be reported.
Okay, Alan, I would think it's more than just the clothing. It's also the behavior, right? The behavior of the people.
Listen,
Because when you see somebody going on like so, the word that we use is whatless, eh? Not saying that is a bad thing. I'm saying you can say, boy, that girl like one bad. Whatless. And even Kesga sang, whatless, right? So swimsuit, you not see them go on worthless. You not see them behave there and move their body in a certain way, which is a part of our culture. Eh? That is a part of our culture. So
this is that I want just wing it.
who don't want to believe it's a part of our culture?
Once again,
That's why we got
our
we got this
culture,
rhythm.
our culture is what the people are doing in a given space at a given particular time. In the 2000s, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That basic. This is just regular last lap. Once again, as long as genitals ain't just there.
But
I
that
don't
might
know.
become the culture.
But, yeah, but watch here,
That
and
might
that's how
become the
come.
culture, and then you might say,
No,
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 that's
but
too much.
I see all kind of police with long gun.
Yeah.
These man is who supposed to be making sure that you understand we keep this thing within a kind of limit. And once again, I don't feel like it depends on what genital. If it's a male genital, they should get locked up immediately. They should. If
Oh.
he is a man, if he is a man and you're in public and you think about taking out the genitals, you should get locked up.
Okay.
If it's a lady,
Yeah.
we're gonna give some time.
Here the double
We got
standard.
we're gonna make sure that she know at least. Listen, miss, I ain't wanna embarrass you, but you realize this? This your chance
This is
to
what double
talk.
standards sound like. But I mean,
I
honestly, as Marlene pointed out, it's more about fete and not traditions right now. So I really feel like, and we've had this discussion in our back, we need to probably let the traditions go in a smaller little celebration
But
and then
listen, let me tell
bring
you,
something
we
else.
need
And that's it.
we need to take the tradition now and send over by the Heritage Village. Then we got to the festival over there. The clowns and masquerade and Indians figure themselves over there. And then let me get 5 in 1 and wet fit for my festival. Yeah. I tell you.
until we upgrade and Alan start to
Yeah.
see genitals, and then he said that is too much. That is too much.
No,
That I can't take
no,
that.
But let me
no.
let me tell you the last thing. Let me tell you the last thing from about culture, right? This is why you late them to change. So Juve man and the guy man and the treasury apron. And they're stopping them at 12
Hey,
o'clock.
hey, 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 hey. The Treasury building has a name. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Juve man and the treasury apron. You try up me right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think what I need to do is the band that is on the treasury apron does not need to play during Juve. The band that is on the treasury apron should start at 12 o'clock when Juve done. Keep people in town. This thing about locking off town so everybody got to go home, but that make no sense to me, you know.
That sound, yeah, that don't make no sense.
The treasure building
Hey,
in the other E building.
Arthur L. Evelyn
Okay,
building.
cause me no I ain't want get in no problem. So I gonna make sure
Yeah. Because the Treasury ain't even there no more, eh? So I don't
you
even
check
know
it.
why is the Treasury anymore. The Treasury
yeah,
there in
so
the big
we
multicolor
going
business.
where somebody we going make tradition with this a part of the tradition.
ALE
Treasury building.
building.
Yeah,
ALE
but
building.
I
Yeah.
feel what them man need to do, them man need to figure out something where they could keep people in town. This thing about Juve done, so we're gonna lock down town and try to force everybody to go home, but I agree with that.
Yeah.
The man should either end Juve by the apron there and let band start to play, or they should end Juve by the village and let them get wet down in the village.
Well,
A
well,
a 2 hour wet down in the village.
I also want to say that Long Jam is a walkathon with music. Go ahead, say what you're saying anyway.
I
I,
was saying
I,
even
I,
if you look at
I,
like the video that's been circulating with Mr. Mention, you know what I mean? Like the man was like, "Yo, let me just go back on SK because what kind of joking is this here? Boy, you're done, jam. Session I get
but
tense.
you know what it is too? Let's be real, right? It's not everybody have a vehicle to go to Hogwarts. That's one. Two, and everybody want to go to Hogwarts,
Yeah, me no want to go.
right? And you may have that saying it's crowd that say, listen, I just want to say close to the pier. Well, turn do something close to the pier so the people can enjoy themselves.
I don't like
You
it.
know what I mean?
I don't like
I
it.
don't agree with this thing about
I don't
forcing
like
me
it.
to go Hogwarts. No, I want to enjoy myself in town.
Yeah, I
I
don't
want to
like it.
let my bujo eat some chicken in town.
I don't like it.
And once again, from a production standpoint, you do not have any like good clips and so of tongue until core region. So is you
Well,
just every minute you just the
well,
Joe
I
and
think
core.
Well, I think what the issue was with that, I think the fact is that they knew that they didn't really have any bands in tongue until a certain time. Because you ain't really see
No,
tongue until you
No,
see
no, 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 no.
grandmasters on the tongue, yeah?
That's not
Reese,
really it.
this is a standard thing what was going on.
Everybody in the long jam.
And really and truly them a rush core. This are the quickest core ever reach a tongue, yeah? Them a reach a tongue after 11. And this are the fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they man need to figure it out though. This Howard Beach thing. I'm not against the Howard Beach business, you know. But Lord, I'm not getting over the boy. And then after I done drink so much, you want to tell me I must go drive to go over there. You don't even have a shuttle to take me over there and back?
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
boss.
The Uber
Nah,
than it
boss.
is.
Nah, boss.
You
I
got at
don't.
least one vehicle is a Uber. Uber.
No, no, no. You're right. You're right. I agree with you, Reese. The Herbert's Beach thing shouldn't stifle the activities in town, and we mentioned that last week as well. That's crazy. That's absurd.
No,
That's mad.
Marlene says something here. I don't want to address it. She says the Rose Garden is legendary, but what does that have to do with culture? And I would have said this before. The Rose Garden is a private entity. You cannot tell anybody what to play in the private establishment. The Rose Garden is not a part of Canada. It's not a part of the cultural committee. That is an establishment for an entity by themselves. They're free to do what they want in there.
What?
You can't. Well,
But you don't see how much bull are there on the road? Who culture? Bull is a part of the culture. So then the bullpen must be a part of culture.
why
How
should
you
we
can got
got
bull
here?
on the road and no got a bullpen?
Everybody is stupid bad for you, boy.
No, you got to go bullpen, man. The Rose Garden has been baked
So,
into our
so
culture, Rama. The Rose
yeah,
Garden is pretty much the village, you know. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure people coming in to go to the Rose Garden.
Them and Sandy are the two most consistent features in the
by far,
village.
Yeah.
by far, by far. But
Cause
Aaron,
I got
Aaron, you
to
know,
tell
give me
you.
an answer.
Well,
Aaron, you know, give me an answer. What is how much you rate culture Hammer again?
I did 7. I told you 7.
And Alan,
You're
how
the
much
only
you
one
say?
who not get answer. Alan say
Yeah,
5.
yeah,
Alan say five.
Yeah.
yeah. It was an average, five average.
I feel 7 is average. 5 is
No,
below.
five.
5 is below
Yeah,
average.
I'm more with Alan. I'm more around the 4 5ish. I will give him a five because Alan said five, but I'm more on the
4
four
is
side.
definitely below. 50%? 50% not
Mm,
even a pass. You get what I'm
but fifty
saying?
percent and a half. It might or it might not be.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
May not be.
all in all, we had Abanati on the show. Abanati said he wanted to get away from the culture armor thing. But if was him idea of culture armor is to stifle traditions, then not gonna get was him. So was him going to have to learn how to be balanced. He's gonna have to be balanced because I've
No,
heard was him name out there a few times.
they could get Wasm, no. They could get Wasm. Wasm just have to overhaul the committee one shot.
Well, well,
But me not really understand why I talk about stifle culture, because what we also have to
stifle
do,
traditions. I didn't say culture
hold
armor.
on,
I didn't say
hold,
culture armor.
stifle
My bad.
whatever is there is culture and tradition is
Yeah,
money.
culture
I
don't make
remember,
money. Culture armor tradition is to be brooks.
okay, culture and thing is popularity. Then maybe
Okay,
that's a better word for you.
okay.
I remember there was a moment in time when the man would tell you Calypso show will never move.
Yeah,
This is foundational. It have to be Saturday.
yeah.
Um, after the food fair. The man used to cut food fair short
Calypso
who
show.
make
Calypso,
sure that
Calypso
people
show.
got Calypso show. The mothers here make can't believe Calypso show hour Thursday night now.
Move that. Hey
And
Reese,
and
you know we talk
and
about
not
that here.
only that, when you look on the views, you see which show is the least popular. Is Calypso show. Eh?
I watch
Yeah,
that.
but you got to
Calypso
remember,
music
you
no
know,
sweet, man. Them man no
Alan,
sweet. Them man no
You got to
sound
remember,
good.
you know, Alan, you
Them
got
man
to
no
remember.
sound good.
Calypso show is a local show. Let me give you a good example, right? The year when the man had the ultrasonic reunion, that was the biggest show that culture over there, you know. But that year they had it 10 days before Juve. So anybody who want to travel for that they can stick around, you know, because they don't really got that much time off for work. Ultrasonic reunion supposed to be the weekend before Juve. Everybody coming in. Everybody coming. If it was the weekend before Juve, I would have been there.
Well, who make the money?
But
I tell me no money I make. So what money I talk about? I don't
money
tell me
now
no
make.
money I make.
No, no,
Culture,
no. Well, overall, but that's what I'm saying because you're going to recuperate some of your expenditure, but not all. Because we've heard, wasn't it Abanati that tell us Culture Armor has been operating at a deficit?
At a loss. At
Yeah.
a loss for years.
So they want to make back some. They're not going to make back all, but they want to make back some. If
So what they
it,
need to do is they need to do is give out the next them to promoters.
they should do
um,
that. Take off some
cul-
Give
distributor
out
culture.
off the committee.
like how
You,
Wasm have
you
a
know,
night, it wasn't a night, somebody else got a night.
you know what culture I need to explain. The government knows budget for culture armor. The government, I mean, the government, they budget for everything.
Supposed to.
My understanding is that the foreign artists and this year there was no international night, but like for example, the SK bands them don't got the funds. My understanding is that the Nevis band them are gonna have to wait until December to get the funds.
December for
Ah,
Rocky.
like them kind of things they need to be sorted out. Cause it's supposed to done be in the budget.
Yeah,
How
but
come these man got to wait? Them man got to wait till Ghana never get the money.
I've been on a
a lot
CBI money boy.
Alone. That I mean, let me tell you why that gonna always happen though. If every year me do the same thing, you accept it. What am I gonna change for? Every year me do
Well,
the same thing. Every year December you get paid. What am I gonna change for this year?
Maybe that's why I had seen a jam.
mhm. Well, it makes sense. Let them man not play the band music. Them man need to go join the SK band them. I go down to SK go start the band and then charge them man when they hire them. You go be that what they go do. Yeah.
So,
If that's why you
That's
tell
what.
me.
Yeah, that's what happened. And
let's
I
get
mean,
band them
that's
safe,
just how
man.
we go.
Them I get their money before they come.
Somebody say we want back hash race. Me not like to, hash race was all like me, but the two hash race business, they not working me by.
But you know something?
But
We
hash
could
race
link
they
in
like.
on Alan.
Sing it now gonna have space. Down they broke down right now, don't know.
Mm.
'Cause I had to pass on the to go by the memorial for Chevian.
It bad. It's in a bad
What?
state. It's in a bad
Bad
I
is a
was
state.
big
shocked.
statement.
It's in a
No,
very
I
bad
bad
is
was
a big
state.
shocked.
statement.
Deplorable.
Me no been no cause most of the time I just only got on which part of the fishing competitions. I mean stop really go cars, but
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
it's bad.
I me, when me drive past the house, me remember all the man I watch when me trouble and no study me down my boy.
Boy.
So, a lot of
Because things been
memories.
bad and it has to reach match
Yeah,
that, no?
rough. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I believe
And,
you.
and, and those was in Rudy Prime. When Rudy
Water
tell it, tell
rush.
you, you say, what a rush.
Water rush.
But Rudy
Bad is
joke
rush
on
with
them
two.
for this drama, they wasn't so rushing.
Bad
Buy
is
I buy
rush
a
with two
book.
hash race.
I buy a
It's
book,
not
right? I buy a book. Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean. And some pictures of Nevis. Old pictures of Nevis. And I feel like Nevis going backwards, you know? He mother so.
you ain't correct.
No, I can show
Well,
you. I can show you the pictures there, man. I can show you the picture. Alan, when you start to look at like hotels and so on down, closed down. Remember man used to go like old man and watch Queen show and so closed down. Mount Pelia, closed down. Nisbet, closed down.
hey, Ira, okay, as you mentioned that, right? As you're
Yeah.
talking about that, I remember like it wasn't just Queen show, as you said. From the time we get the
Swimsuit.
Queens, we
The
don't know
introductory
that
show. Introductory show you
that,
said there.
that, that day is gonna be like, and it gonna be somewhere where we got a pool,
Pool, the swimsuit.
and we're gonna some yeah. You check it out, just
Vibes.
the mad. And the thing of it is, they getting prepared
Yeah.
and they getting accustomed to walking out and people seeing them. So ain't like you just go wait necessarily till culture armor to go like you're seeing eyes pan top of you. Cause you got to get accustomed to eyes pan top of your critique, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For real. I'm telling you, as you say, it used to be like a old manner.
Yeah.
Like a Mount Nevis then kind of thing.
Vibes.
Yeah man.
Vibes.
It used to be vibes for real. They used to
Vibes.
be built up.
Yeah,
They
I used
used
to
to be
like that.
built up.
But then oh well,
It,
some of the girls don't want to be seen in a bathing suit, so we're gonna take it out and start the next show. That was the what I heard happened. So we ain't serious about Queen show. We ain't serious. If we were serious, them girls would start hit the gym and train and prepare.
There's nothing to be serious about.
no, but I will remember, and ladies, hear me good mind. I could prepare you for the interview segment. Interview segment. I train your brain to train your mind. Think for yourself.
Comprehension,
Listen,
yeah.
I hear one of them and she using a debating tactic and she reading back the question and she hit you back and she tell you um there were a lot of problems because socially and economically and you hear I think boom not a thing going on.
The Ann kill them, man. The Ann.
No,
The Ann in the question
no,
kill them.
with me, listen, I could help you to navigate the ands,
The
the alls,
R's.
the buts, the ifs, the what have yous. I got all of them there covered.
Free of
You check it
cost.
out. No, no, no. Me say me services, huh? ladies. Services being rendered. Services. Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
10 o'clock now,
yeah. 10
election.
o'clock, election time, yeah. Which,
And you will be able to support your argument later. But I need a headline. So,
wait, Alan,
go
before you
ahead.
get into the election talk,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. I just want them to know it's here. Right here. Right here, it's the action. But go ahead now.
Yeah. Results. If I want to start first, I will tell you.
Go ahead.
Um, I only talking about Nevis. Based upon what I have heard, it's gonna be 2-1. Um, to me, gonna be hard still. Based upon the number one I see last time, but based upon what I have heard recently, it's gonna be 2-1
To one
to the
how? How?
to the Constitutional Citizens Movement. And I would add, um, you do not win election in Nevis if you got motorcade. If none of the party in Nevis is part of the next government, the two I lose the election, right? It's just that one I on a motorcade and give people drink. I will be sending somebody to secure my two Guinness from CCM because you don't know.
Oh,
Anytime you get a chance to get a free drink from Mr. Brantley, here, you take it. Take two. So,
hold
mine's
on,
will
darling.
be.
Hold on. You're not gonna squeeze out just so.
Got
We
it.
want to know. We want to know what he want. What he 2 CC when he want and now be gonna be.
No, Zook gonna lose.
You gonna
Uh,
lose.
uh, um, uh,
No.
I'm gonna we're gonna talk this thing out there. But as I say, I
Mm.
need a headline.
Okay.
So that is what I have gathered at this time that Zook is going to lose. And Mr. Brantley will get a little harder, but he still will prevail at this time, in my estimation.
Okay.
So what is your perspective?
Reese, no.
Me?
Yeah, you next.
Are you going I getting back to you.
Trio.
Yeah, I got Zook winning. I got Zook winning
Is
within 25 votes.
is an uphill battle. That is not an unreasonable prediction.
I got Zook winning, but I got it within 25 votes.
I got I talking 2-1. Just like Alan. Just like Alan. I think NRP is going to recapture the seat that they lost in the last federal election. Apart from that,
Okay.
Brantley is going to retain his seat. I don't know if it's going to be much of a difference. And Gingerland is Gingerland. So
Okay. Let me ask you a question now. Sometimes in life I like gamble. I like to gamble from now on. You got the extra money to gamble, right? So in gambling, you got this thing called over under. You know, hit a number, you say this person will go over and this person will go under. I got some Canes at seven. Seven votes over under.
Under.
Boy,
Anything over three is under.
me no, I believe he can get more than 7. But me no know if
Oh
he can
yeah.
Seven
get more
over?
than me no know if he can get more than like 11 also.
Okay.
So you
So
think
yeah,
a good number for you would have been 10.
10, yeah.
You would have had to contemplate on that one.
Yeah.
I
I think he
think
can get
Sam
more than
gonna
7.
I think Sam gonna get hit.
Wait there. Sam are running a
St.
St.
John.
John. Oh, yeah. Under.
Number 9.
Under.
Um. Okay.
I mean,
Here
don't
we
big up
go.
the man to the beginning of the segment, you know? Why?
Here we go. Now. I feel like NRP inconsistency. Um. And their inability to plan is ultimately why CCM has has built up such an edge.
That's what you feel?
One of the things then what I disappointed in, right? I and this have hurt some people feel. So okay, NRP has come out and they criticize the consensus movement. You all have two jobs. I agree that it is not a good thing. I agree that it is a conflict of interest. One of the things that would prevent Nevis from suing Sinkits, the federal government, is that right now you realize the premier would be suing himself. He gonna be
Well,
Mark Bentley versus Bentley, you know.
not
This
right
is
now.
one of the things I know because he would have said he's looking into this.
Yeah.
He got Mark Bentley versus Mark Bentley.
Can't do it.
He in the two of them would be better. I understand how is necessary to split up the two of these things. I understand how power should be split up. But for instance, this evening, I'm seeing the preview before they had the meeting this evening, and you're hearing Patricia Bartlett saying she don't want any cabinet portfolio and she will still be able to affect the lives of Nigerians. And basically, I can surmise that the all of the criticism and all of the noise that was made, the politicians that run in federally are gonna run locally,
Yep.
even if they win the seat. You done heard about how the constitution can be amended and where this.
Yep.
If I was the leader of NRP, I ain't running in federal election unless I could be. If me running in federal election, I run in to be prime minister. It got to be. I got to see the path. You understand? The primary objective should be Nevis.
Yeah.
Even if the NRP candidates had come out and said, um, this is a snap election, we are going to run in this. and we are going to forego, and we are no longer going to be running in the local election, I could have respect it. You just want to be a servant. You ain't looking, ain't matter if you're a servant in the local legislation or the federal legislation, as long as you are serving the people, you're satisfied. I could understand that. But when you don't make noise about this, and then you're coming back and you're just telling me about what the constitution could change, and yo,
No, you
some
can't.
principle,
Some
some things
principle.
you got to stand up on it.
Yeah.
And then even furthermore, when you're talking to me about you ain't want a portfolio. Differently, if you look at the performance of the premier, normally he got go. He got to this man get the most powerful government where we ever send it's ain't take 2 years to get fired. This man India talking about from day one. He realized there's differences and cliques have formed, but I'll just pass on that. And yeah, you from day one you don't see the energy change and say,
Yeah.
you don't realize, and people he said people call he and tell he, by you crazy you put in a man there, and he still defending his argument. But no, I'm an honorable guy. And I'm saying, yeah, we make a promise and we stick to our promise. Yeah. And no need saying again things. And even when we look, there are certain things that a leader might have to hold back from the general public because it could cause a panic. So you can't just say that the like so. People can just run down by the bank and take off their money. You gonna get a bank run. No, we can't do that. The premier is acting like if he had come and tell Adi, me, Sage, Nage, fair share,
Yeah.
riots would have started, and this is, this is between husband and wife, and you don't go out and tell people. Well, the man protect himself for all these length of time, and then want to be like, and we try fire him, but no, the premier making mistakes, but I never. Well, I figured it would have happened, but like later down when the premier get older, but the premier like, bro, no. And performance wise, I'm telling you, the most supported premier we ever had, 400 million. Which other premier get them kind of support than EG? Out of the 400 million Vance game, maybe 50. Is he get all the rest? I was calculating some of what he even think he's supposed to get. Yo, even this thing the premier talking about CBI funds is non-tax revenue, and where this man got me go read IMF documents to go find out how we categorize these things. By the way, we are under the 1986 what they call the GFSM. It done had 2001 and 2004. We using a 1986 model. So when who was Pam leader? The same man who gave this speech, the
Kennedy
first prime
Simmons.
minister. From his time, we using the same kind of accounting to do with budgets, and the system has been upgraded twice since then. And the system has been upgraded so that you could actually follow your economy and know the things that
And
are
Tim an
stressful.
accountant.
Yeah, but Remember Tim an accountant from the old days, huh?
Mm. When he
Yeah.
do his doctorate,
Them, no, like
he wouldn't have been
in
1980
in the 90s.
something.
No, but in the 90s.
Me not sure.
No, he do it when
It,
he first term of power.
oh,
When
That
he yeah,
95.
in 95 time, because remember, I don't know if you had listened to
so they don't
some kind of
update.
some kind of spoke about people wanted about the government that they fight for the state government and some blah 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 when you have doing studies.
Mm.
And like, as I say, even some things where the premier say, just incorrect. The premier saying, because CBA is non-tax revenue, that not going in the consolidated fund and all these kind of thing. Even when I read in these IMF, because they know this thing telling you how they categorizing the different lanes and all these kind of thing. You can come to total revenue if you ain't counting
Yeah,
non-tax
but
revenue.
I don't
Go ahead, speak to me.
I don't necessarily feel that the premier making mistakes, in terms of that, I feel the
Go ahead.
premier know that 95% of the population is going to listen to what he say and not do their own research. Like he know that he could talk
It's more
and
than
get
that.
away with it.
It's more than 95.
And then the next thing, right? Because I also saying, suppose you really get through. For instance, last year in the budget, we no 2020 for sure. We was negative balance, but I think CBI is still been bringing like 400. CBI bringing 400 and something million. Overall, the federation had a negative balance. If we get we 130 million, while think it's in a negative balance, how that gonna be possible? How think it's gonna find $90 million extra Gabby when they done in the red in the years and then when things good. But in the year and then when things bad, me not see how we gonna be reasonable. Even some of the years then when things good, if the numbers that the premier asking Sinkits to give us, things don't be bad. Sinkits going in the red. The premier I tell Harvey, it's very hard to get the constitution amended. You know what it take to get the constitution amended? The premier needed basically in the first term have a conversation with one politician. Ideally Patrice Nisbet, and convince Patrice Nisbet voting for term limits is a good thing. Convince one man, can't get it. He gonna be able to convince Sinki's government to give Nevis money when they brokes. If to give us the money, they gonna be brokes. Me no feel like the premier or something like that. But as I'm telling you, I'm looking at his opponent, and she not even want no portfolio. She gonna win and she gonna just impact us and cause change. You check, she gonna be a minister with no portfolio, but you got to depend power. At the end of the day, you got to be dealing with power.
Um, I think that statement when she made it was a misstep, and
Miss,
she was never able to recover from it. I don't think that she should have said that. Even if you're
She
thinking
make
it,
it.
don't say it.
She make it again. Yeah. She said this is like in the preview video.
Oh, I didn't realize that she had do it again.
No, this is in the. I was watching a thing just before the meeting, and
No, I didn't
she
realize that she
saying no,
said it.
you don't need any portfolio, you don't need any no ministry and then kind of thing there to make an impact. I may understand what she is saying. I feel it in a kind of way, but as I say, it's still going against the overall thing. I thought we ain't want no more conflict of interest. No, we can't find we don't want no conflict of interest and no two pair and all in kind of thing there. To um this is how I going to do it. No, me not like how that go on for NRP. Me not see the NRP make a miscalculation. If they're gonna split it, they need to get 8 candidates. And if you ain't in power, don't tell me nothing about you know been no election a come. You know in a power.
Yeah.
Never know an election coming. You say what you're doing, you gotta live with it. But the next thing, cause some people saying, this is the Nevis election. The only way this gonna be the Nevis election is if Labour win 5 seats. Eh? 'Cause if Labour win 6 seats, based on what big lies I say, Labour alone is going to form the government. And they will talk to other parties, they will talk to Nevis, but you ain't gonna be in the government. And I see Labour coming out, I think it's as the dominant party right now.
Big question, no. No, no, you talk about
God.
Labour. I was waiting for you to venture across the waters in this capacity, and now you have.
Mhm.
What do you think is going to come out of St. Kitts?
I believe Labour gonna get enough, but I don't want them to.
You believe Labour enough?
Yeah.
Give the
Six
full
six
So
one
that's
prediction.
one.
six. So
Six
that's
one
six,
one.
okay. 6-1-1. What the one for Pam going to be?
Them leader.
And the one for PLP going to be the leader.
Yeah, the big belly man.
Okay. Hey, what you
You
think?
see the man slim up?
Boy, he not really slim up here. Pressure in his country, But,
Well, the man
Doctor
stress it, boy.
up by Doctor Joe gonna be tense still, and Pana in number 4 gonna be tense still.
Dr. Joe can be tense. Which
Yeah,
way? Which way? Palmer in
where he
between.
never win his season,
No, but I mean in
so
between
he
like Palmer just tense all around.
tense all around, all around. For my part, PLP na yun na nothing. The only thing PLP ever win, as me say, is Timothy Harris.
Okay.
No.
Pamina more things than PLP to me. Left to be seen, but that one me I say.
Okay.
Yeah, me know
That's
with the prognosticator with PLP being a rising party. PLP is a rising part that they gonna blow away just now. Last time I smell that day.
Era, what you think going on in St. Kitts? What you think going to come out of St. Kitts?
Well, I think PLP stand to win 2 or 3. I'm not sure if they're gonna win number 3 again with Aquila, but that's my toss up between Aquila and Canris. I'm not sure how that's going, but Timothy is gonna win, and I think they're gonna capture number 2. Honestly, even number 4, that's the seat that
Yeah, yes,
Grant has, right? Even number 4,
Yeah,
I
number
think is
four
a
is Grant.
toss up for PLP to win. Even Labour to capture, right? So
Okay.
election night, I can see how I feel about those. But right now, I don't see Pam. Pam is the one that I seen coming out the election with like one seat, which is going to be the leader. And number 1, I think, is going to remain in Labour. Number 2, I think, is going to go to PLP.
Shante, I beg you tell Ira after election Aquila gonna got shot here permanently. I feel like me haircut. I wait till I see Aquila hairstyle when election done. Shot
Okay.
here!
Okay. I mean, that's how we felt before
No
the
more
election too.
video!
That's how we felt before the
Video.
election. But this is my prediction. This is just a prediction. You see how we stand. Reese, you could write them down. But like I said, number one, Labour. Number two, PLP. Number three is a toss-up. And I think it's between Labour and PLP. So Congress are a killer. So I'll come back to that. Number four, I also think is a toss-up.
Wait, hold on there. Let me go pen and paper here. Hold on. We now do that. Today.
Dun, 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 dun.
I got technical. Boy,
I mean, we can do it again in a race. Remember, we're doing it the election coverage night.
and let me be more
Speaking of
clinical
election
with
coverage
that.
night,
I tell you, number four is a toss up, but really and truly, Lindsay going home. And Jonel going home.
let me take a break.
Lindsay home, Jonel going home, Akila going home.
Wait, Alan, wait. Hold your thought. Okay.
Yes,
Back to
people.
our
Yes,
routine.
people. Friday night, tune in 7 o'clock. Real Entertainment Network. Election coverage. If you were here with us in 2020, you know the election coverage was on fire, and we're doing it again. We're back. We're back with it again.
Boy. This election, number nine, as long as this election gonna really let me know what's going on as far as I just wanna see which part bad people head there. Now I've been told
Alan,
that the
wait.
support
Alan, before you go into that, you go let me finish my prediction, huh?
Stop. Stop. No, hold on. Stop.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Marlene just said
Yeah.
Samuel Kane, sorry. Samuel Kane is getting 27 votes.
27. Wow.
27. I see 27. 27. Marlene, if I used to gamble like you'd have been broke by.
Wait, what? I would not give Sean and Timothy a definite win. Somebody can beat Timothy in a 7. That was Shante, so yeah.
I don't even think God could bang Timothy in 7.
Anyway, where was I? Sorry, Alan. Number 4, I think Lindsay is in trouble. Number 4 is Stachio. The race is between Stachio and Samuel.
Stasho or Samuel? Stasho and Samuel? Okay.
Stachio and Samuel. Wait, Stachio is in 5. My bad. It's Kenny. Kenny and Samuel. I giving the edge to Samuel. I
Okay.
think Samuel is going to pull it out in number 4. So you could put that down as Labour. Number 4. Number 5 is Sean versus Stachio, and who Labour candidate be for number 5?
I don't remember who's in number 5.
I
I
can't
really
remember.
don't remember who. I don't remember.
That's not good. Let me put up my list.
I said something you go put them in the chat, no?
Ken Douglas. Okay, so it's
Kenny
really
Douglas.
between Stachio and Sean, right? But I feel like the incumbent is going to take it. Nata is 7.
No, not in 7.
Nata is 7. Number 6 is Douglas, and when I mean Douglas, I mean Dr. Denzel Douglas. Number 7 is Harris. Harris again. And number 8 I can give to Dr. Drew. I don't see Talbot or Hamilton beating Dr. Drew. I feel like Dr. Drew was close enough to winning the last election that he's going to win. Number 8. So You got those written down, Reese, for me?
No. You
Okay,
tell me your
so we could
message,
wait.
and
Yeah, we could wait.
we gonna go election night
We could wait. We
before
could
the
wait. And
before
and
they start to
honestly,
come in.
those people in the audience, throw in your comments right now. Let me see your
Even-
predictions, and we're gonna take them and we're gonna show them election coverage night
So let me
of the
see.
different predictions. So
So
throw them up.
so check this out. One for me is Labour, two is PLP, three is Labour, four for me is
Um,
actually Pam.
For spam, Lindsey Grant.
Yeah, I got Pam. I got Lindsay winning the seat.
Okay.
Five is Pam. Labour in six, PLP in seven, Labour in eight, and then we don't need to settle.
Okay. So you get PLP 2. You get
PLP
PAM
two, Labour three,
PAM 2. No,
and Labour four.
and Labour 4.
Yeah,
That would be the best case scenario for Nevis. One of the best
and
case
then
scenarios for Nevis. Actually, somebody getting 5 would be the best case scenario for Nevis. Yeah, the best
so
yeah.
case
that's
scenario.
that's where I'm at right now.
See a page there. I was told that this page concerns information with regards to electoral office matters, and there is also one that has information about claims and list of registered voters online.
That page
Well,
So
now,
this one,
why your page end with a hashtag? I don't understand.
I
Okay, I take off the hashtag. Don't worry.
yeah, give out, take out.
well, I
Okay.
have a lot of questions about these things, because I
Objection
heard the supervisor of
hearings.
elections. The supervisor of elections talking about stupidness that didn't make no sense to me. Talking
Tell
about
me what tell me what you want to know. So I can
no, because
fix it.
the stupidness about you could object an individual, right? So I could object Alan. Alan say he live Hamilton and he registered in Zion. I could say no, Alan no, but I know Alan live Nevis. But me who live Florida, you can't object me. You can't object my address. But I could object your address and you live on the island. That's bullshit.
Okay. Alan, you wanna come in? Cause I wanna hear what you got to say. Cause I got something to say.
Um, you're saying that you could object to somebody who live on the island, but not
No, because
somebody who
remember
live.
no. No, because remember no. Because remember I called you about this too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
The situation when the man say you could object someone who is registered based on their address if you want to contest their address. I get that.
Yeah.
But you know that I live Florida, but you can't contest that. You can't contest my address. You know I don't live news for a fact,
Okay.
but you can't
Alan, come
contest
in.
my
Come in,
address.
Alan. Come in quick. Come in quick.
Reese, in that scenario, because you got people registered in different capacities, you don't start to shake your head. But anyway,
No, I listen to you. Listen to you.
um, okay. For example, if I move right now, my registration supposed to be my last known address before I left
If you move
Nevis.
where?
Wherever.
Foreign?
Antigua.
Okay.
If me not
If you
living in
move
Nevis,
within the
if I'm
Nevis.
not resident in Nevis anymore.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm not
You have
the
to make that
legislation
clear. Because you can move within
ordinarily
Nevis.
yeah, if it's not ordinarily resident in Nevis,
Yeah.
then my registration supposed to be where I last was registered.
Okay.
The thing where you won't be objecting to people in a more people I guess who home now is a man who register, for example, when he been live by his parents, he gone somewhere else go live now. If he na ordinarily resident prospect, for example, he gonna cancer go live. You could object to that. He na gonna foreigner, and you na say that he na resident in Nevis tomorrow. You say that he's still resident in a Nevis, but he not live in a that constituency there no more. He there over there so. So we would like it if he could register over there so. Question answered. I see him in the still. Okay.
No, but we gonna see different than this forever. So
My
In
problem
I,
term,
I,
is,
I go. We gonna have to see different than forever
in
because
my
terms of
here's the
what?
issue.
my
Because
problem
here's the issue.
is,
So an
my problem
individual could
is,
be. Okay, go
my
ahead.
problem with is with the whole process is how do you really identify where somebody resides? I don't know if the law defines residency. Like you live here. What does the law say? That so if I got two houses, one in St. Thomas's, one in St. Paul's, and I sleep at the one in St. Paul's 1 week, sleep at the next one, the next week, the next one, the next week, the next one. Where do I live? Does the law
Okay,
define where you live? Yeah,
hold on. Let me answer. I ask a question.
yeah,
It says where it appears by reference to all facts of the case that a person has more than one place of residence,
yeah.
such person shall elect in respect of which place
He wants to vote.
he or she desires to be registered.
Okay,
So if
got you.
by the facts you have two, pick one
Pick one. Okay,
and
so
you got
good. So that don't deal with. Now here's the other thing that I was saying is here in the United States, right? And okay, maybe I can't compare the United States to St. Kitts and Nevis, but Reese, you know, if you have to register to vote, you have to get a license. You have to prove residency. You have to show that you have a bill or some sort of thing going to a resident. And no, oh, I think this person sleep over there. This person sleep here. You have to show some sort of document that proves that you reside here.
Error.
Number one, we
I,
don't have
I agree with you.
addresses. We don't have
I agree with you,
addresses.
Error.
That's a big problem to me that we don't have an address. Alan, you live in Hamilton, but where? You don't have an
um
address. Your house doesn't
no,
have a number. Your street don't have a
yeah,
name.
hold on. Don't tell me nothing about me not gonna address. It just as you said,
Yeah.
we not depend. And
So what your address be?
I
Hamilton Estate.
no, what I'm gonna tell you is not all the houses. Some
Yeah.
some of the newer houses do have numbers. Um Mine ain't got none. But I think that is one of the reasons why they're doing these signs,
Yeah.
that they misspell signs so that all of the road and them got name and where this and but our road for sure. Then watch out, Mr. Premier, you don't dare come up here with no sign and you're not a Guardian road. You do
Okay.
the road first
Okay.
and then you come with the sign.
Okay.
But you
So
come up there with the sign first.
what I am trying to say here, if a person is not registered where they live, let's say for instance, I lived in St. Paul's and then I moved to St. John's and I never transferred my name. It is voters fraud. It is fraud. Correct? Is that the correct term? You're the legal man here. Is that considered
Uh,
fraud? Fraud?
you I suppose
Okay.
you're voting where you're in
In
reside.
reside. It's
It-
fraud.
yeah,
Yeah,
I suppose.
let
Yeah.
me not walk around it. It's fraud.
Yeah.
Why are we not making the effort to prevent voters fraud? It
But
we could have started.
this is on the campaign people. Watch
Yeah.
this. If I was to run in an election, I don't know every single body in Charleston right now. Right? I would know all of them. You got to. You got to. And like I'm talking about, you know them, you know that this is the person, and you also know, boy, I hear them live.
Okay.
This thing ain't hard like how these man get it. It's a lot of work. It's grunt work.
Okay, so let me ask you a
But
question. Let me ask you a question. Let's say, for instance, I lived in a house. When I left Nevis, I wasn't married. So let's say, for instance, I lived in a house. The house that I lived in, I rented. That's the last house that I lived in. That's my last known address. But from time to time, I visit Nevis. And because this house is rented now, that is supposed to be my residence, I stay in someplace else. Does the law cover that? Is it true? Should it
um
still be considered your place of residence, even though they know that it's rented out and it's being used?
no. What happened is no people who leave Nevis, y'all are dealing with domicile.
Domicile, yeah,
So and
domicile.
that is what I'm saying. So and that gonna end up traced back to the last place you was registered. You could change it, you know. You could change it, but that is what it is.
And
If you wanna come back and change your domicile to another place, do that and then change your registration. All the mechanisms are there. All
so,
what happens is you go away, you're dealing with your domicile.
talk to me about domicile, because even before the conversation started, I look up the word domicile, right? Because I wanted to know, well, what is domicile really? Because I know they throw it around every time this conversation come up. Now, domicile, what I've seen online, treats a specific country as permanent resident, right? Permanent resident, domicile. That's what I see. So when you know, as a Nivisioner, they say you're going to America, the first thing you do when you decide you're going to live there, if you are not an American, is get your permanent residency, your green card, your permanent residency, your PR. So this tell me now the domicile thing shouldn't even apply unless there's a
Because
different context in which domicile should think, because Nevis, think it's a Nevis is no longer considered your permanent resident. But I don't know, maybe there's another interpretation or another meaning for the word domicile. You could help me out there.
I'm on Cornell Law School
Yeah,
website
yeah, help me.
and the definition because you can when I talk about domicile, the meaning,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
legal someone's true principal and permanent home. In
Yeah,
other words, the place where a person has physically lived,
has.
regards as home, intends to return even if currently residing elsewhere.
Okay. So then the intent to return is important. Is it just the has part of it is enough?
I put it in a partner because it show you there is a kind of past tense frame
Got
to
you.
it too.
Got you. That
Has
it could
lived,
apply.
and that's how come I'm trying to frame it as this was the last place where
Yeah.
you've been,
Yeah.
yes, before you left Nevis.
Okay.
So if that was the last place you was based, that we're gonna consider that your domicile.
Got it. Got it. But I feel like there is room for some objections in between there, based on some of the questions that I asked tonight. Because how can I intend to return, especially if I sell the house that I used to
See,
live in?
see, yeah, but what happening to like that's what I'm telling you. I give you the answer,
Yeah.
and I even tell you, me a focus on the has lived.
Yeah.
You are focused on the and intends to return.
Well, it's a part of it.
In the context of the legislation in particular, because the legislation, as I'm telling you, saying the last place you was based basically where you reside, we going after that. Okay, here what me try to tell you in a sense too. What the legislation tell you, if you and your mother and your father didn't reside there, how you gonna get domicile?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get domicile then if you didn't reside.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
true.
reside there. Hence, when you go ahead, we gonna just count that as okay. In other words, if you was to come back to Nevis,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna assume you're gonna come back today.
Mm-hmm.
Things could change, as you say, and things could change as in like as you say, you sell a house, there you buy another house. The domicile could change,
Mm-hmm.
but for all intents and purposes, if you come back to Nevis, the new place then that could end up and be the new domicile.
I got you.
Because if you was to come back to Nevis, at there you gonna be base. Because I think there is a mechanism in there, as I tell you, to change your domicile.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to answer one of the questions then when you had asked. They say the place of ordinary residence is generally the place which he or she has been, or which he or she has adopted
Mm-hmm.
as the place of his or her habitation or home, where to when away from there, he or she
Mm-hmm.
intends to return.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that too because, for example, he got some people, them man might sleep by the girl,
Mm-hmm.
but them man going home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They no
Understand.
reside
Yeah.
over there.
Understand that. Understand
You,
that.
you, you feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah,
may
yeah.
bring up that one there.
Okay. Well, I bring it up because you would hear people say, well, why we have me sleep over here 3 nights or whatever. But if you're going home early o'clock in the morning, look close, oh, go back hour, you know reside over there. You intend to go back home. At home you live.
Mm-hmm.
You check? So if you know that your girl just come by you, and when I am done, your job she home, she don't reside there. She reside over there. You want reside there. That's how it is.
Yeah.
I got any more questions regarding registration or residence or qualification of voters, anything of that nature?
But I wanted to say no, no, to your question, no. But I wanted to say, yo, you remember you said NRP is ultimately going to lose because of the inability to organize and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say CCM is ultimately going to win the seats because they will bring home people like crazy. Anybody may talk to who will go home is a CCM ticket. All the NR people let me know who's supposed to be a go home. Nobody again a ticket. CCM will bring home people. And we all know when the plane land, things just change. Big up!
Pick up! Yeah, man. I follow and all.
But you
Can't stay
know,
away.
I can't believe you got that answer. I thought you had a Jesus.
But
Remember, I just a nice student, and I just want to say I love
nah, say
everybody
me
who
lie.
tuned in on the show. Tell everybody I love everybody. So everybody, I love everybody. But Reese, but me take some shots already, boy. Me just me want to tune into the show, give my predictions because that was the purpose been today, right? It.
What the
Yeah, yeah. You
prediction?
have a prediction.
Yeah, Tim going win the seat, Pam going win two, and Labour going win the rest. CCM, there's a possibility of three, but I looking for two.
Okay. And okay, the only thing
Um,
The only thing,
hold on, hold on, there, Jason.
hold on,
Jason, this one here.
this one here.
You drinking this one here for
You
you.
thinking this
nah,
one
say
here?
me lie.
Nah, say me lie.
This one here for you, what?
This one here for you, what?
Boy Reese, oh
Boy, Reese.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell who not go watch
Go tell who
tomorrow,
no
boy.
go watch tomorrow.
What a blessing, my brother.
What a blessing, my brother. Yeah, man. I just chilling and just I mean just had dinner. I just hey let me tune in on my own our own show and like let me see what's going on. I tune in here in the Hippocratic. You know. But anyways, I don't want to stay too long to overdraw anything because I am highly intoxicated. I might say the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
things like
You
fuck
got
off and fuck you.
you got ahead because you got echo.
Yeah, I don't give my predictions. And tell the kids them I love them too.
All right, bro. We love you,
Alright,
right?
bro.
Take care
We
of
love you,
yourself.
right? Take care of yourself. Yes.
Nayan, I wanna know what I lie with. I wanna know what I lie with. I wanna know what I lie with.
The
Tell
man
me.
say you say oh the man say you say only CCM people going home.
Boy, me
The
not.
man
I
say
tell them who
like
me talk to. I tell them who me
the man,
talk to.
the man say you talk to the wrong set of people.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay.
And I talk to the right people.
Okay, okay, okay.
Can't
Understood.
remember Tim getting happy money, so I don't really understand which part you're talking about neither.
Okay, okay, okay.
CCM
Okay.
ain't got no money. I like them back there, them packages there.
Mm-hmm.
It was volunteer stuff. I like the free concert. I like a 8 ball. We've been pool tournament.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like it when them man sponsor long jam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my effing God.
No money
As a
there.
matter of fuck. As a matter of fuck. Said so, I said so. What make I stop really kind of deal with culture?
Mm.
Me want no politics in the culture, man. You know, happy me want sponsor no fucking long jam. No banner, nothing. And if you do it, give them man the funds and let them big you up. Me want see no party, moral restoration party, none of your party sponsoring a jam. Me ain't supposed to be compromised and be like, line up between them and well, first of all,
Yeah.
I want to big up all the people who went and drink half the drinks. 'Cause at the end of the day, you better believe I would have reached up by the CCN session, but free drinks.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have a question. There is something in the law about treating, about providing entertainment and food and so as an encouragement to vote for a particular party. I don't understand how you literally could sponsor a jam, which everybody knows is the biggest jam. Free drinks. And that ain't nothing.
Yeah, but Alan, you just say entertainment. You see Tim them yeah the local band them a play for free. All the
Same
band them a
thing.
play for free. Entertainment for free. So
Same
it's
thing.
a regular thing. We are accustomed to it.
I have been asking the question for a long time though.
We are accustomed to it.
What is these? It seems to me very, very clear that you ain't supposed to be doing this in order to encourage people to vote for you. This thing is politics turn into entertainment. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I waiting to see who will be the man I'm bringing in this weekend. Cause I can't believe it's just voters coming back.
I can't
Somebody don't,
surprise. I can't
somebody
surprise
don't
many
predict
of
for me
my
where
company.
it's going to reach back.
You feel so?
Somebody, yeah,
For labor?
for CCM,
CCM? Okay.
yeah,
Well, I got to go.
you got to be you got to be able to sing like with the old people and election
Well,
bringing in artists in about young people.
Mm-hmm.
well, I want to tell you the truth. When I saw music fest and every politician had a picture of the artist, I thought some artists would have been rolling in this week. I really thought the artists were going to be coming in this week.
Tomorrow I really don't know what's going on. Me not really penetrate the argument.
Yeah, but then you really only got one night left, Thursday night.
There's a question. Are we wrapping up?
Question.
Let's see, this party wins
If a
two.
single if a single Nevis party wins two of three seats, sweep three, while a single escape party gets 6 plus, are they supposed to sit in opposition?
Sit your ass in a position, yes.
I believe that.
Um, okay, you see, me I try to advise the sing it. No, me I listen to Big Les, and when Big Les talk about labor, Big Les I tell you about Abby when Abby get in. So I'm taking he as a authority about what labor dealing with.
Yeah, he been on the
Labor
platform.
based on Big Les, if labor wins six, labor will talk to you. But you ain't joining no government with them deal. No. I hearing Sam, who is proven. Sam got good information historically. Sam, I could understand how come Sam already out of politics. I'll put it that way. You check it out. Mm-mm.
No, which song you talk about?
Sam Kanda.
Okay, no, okay, okay.
When it comes to Sam and Dwyer, who also, you know, them man labor heavy.
Yeah, Sam
They
Doyle
are
Murray show.
they are saying that regardless of if Singet's labor win six, they are gonna reach over to the waters and incorporate a party. I would love if that was the case. I don't trust them man so much. I will never trust them man so much. I want them to need Nevis. So I want Jason prediction. If Jason prediction coverage out, I can work with that. I need it to be five.
No, I wanted to be four.
The only problem with it being five is because it had to be five with room to compromise.
Mm.
Because if there's no room to compromise, Timothy Harris is going to be the prime minister in and the interim. And I want to be done with Timothy Harris. We ain't supposed to talk about this injunction that was filed today. We're not going to say nothing about the injunction.
You see official thing, or was it just that forwarded
If
message?
I don't think
I,
nothing
all,
official
I
about
get,
it.
all I get was a forwarded message. And if I want to be careful and don't say nothing about the injunction, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
yeah, allegedly. Yeah,
um, Willie,
Janelle
Lindsay,
Powell
and
and Lindsay.
filed an injunction to delay the election and would like 1,000 names removed from the list. My confusion, I have to think that is bullshit for one simple reason. It seems like they must say they object to the names. Cause that how you get name off a list, no? You object.
Mm-hmm.
You know, understand what make this year reach a code. I could understand the premier one of like names are off of the list and I need them on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Seems reasonable. But you want name off the list? What make I not just been object? I don't understand what is taking place.
Not
So
fast
I
enough.
have to believe is bullshit.
I,
But
I
it's
think I
something
think
that's going around, so I wanted to address it still.
I think it's just like probably the process ain't fast enough. They want the court to make it faster. That's the only way I could understand it. But I
But
have
the
a lot of
court not going to
questions
speed
about
up.
it.
This court not going to speed it up, because if what we're reading is true, it's actually they want the election to be delayed so that the
Yeah, but
names could come
I,
off.
I have
By
They
questions
should have. They
because
would have just object to the names not being there on the list.
this is my
That
question
don't make
though.
no sense to me. I don't know.
Every party has a scrutiny. What was their scrutiny doing?
Maybe they not had the list. Maybe it
But
was a
that just
tactic.
show
But allegedly, I don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true.
Yeah,
I see
I
that
have
Lindsay
to
winning number
believe.
four.
I have to believe is not true. That is sound like I say, all what you needed to do is object. When you want people to have a list, you object. If I had hear that they said that the object and nothing was done, they didn't have any hearings or something like that. So, and even so, they wouldn't just draft them names there. They would be like, we got to have a proper hearing. If the object and they said they had a hearing and they were in irrelevant considerations. They were irrational in how they came to the decision. Okay, sad to see you. But I kind of puzzled. I mean, nice where we is this afternoon about
Happy
specifics and
propaganda.
more specifics now.
Yeah, no, you need specifics. Those are asking. I want to know. Lindsay and John are talking for the whole party. They're talking for the constituencies. What's going on?
Well, it would seem to be for the constituencies, but it also gonna be for the parties. Well, the party and the movement. You understand? Because I remember now, and this is the next thing now. Pam and CCM are one. If what I was saying is correct, this not gonna affect all the playing and them what coming on with CCM people. Me got to believe this. I have to. And the next thing, before I ever vote, I ain't seen no NRP manifesto. My God.
Oh, they got manifesto. And then they got one portfolio. No portfolio.
You wait, you know, and a fucking
Valid.
manifesto if you not
Valid.
take no post. Me read Labour manifesto. And if you give Denzel Douglas another 20 years, then can complete all of anything there. And when me thought that Labour manifesto was unbelievable, Pam and CCM come with a 44-page manifesto and still can't tell you nothing about the fair share, like concrete. Them still like you about the same words are in the constitution on a pro rata basis and all these kind of thing. And I'm
Well,
telling you, Mr.
I
Yeah, you will
I have
never
a
be able
problem
to.
with that. That manifesto was trash. Nothing
40,
definitive about the not definitive about the fair share, nothing. So they just a bunch of rah for no reason.
44 pages and you ain't give me what I need to get out of this thing. And you ain't telling me in a concrete way what you're gonna do to ensure that this is not just Pam and CCM gonna give me this. That this is gonna be enduring for generations. Yet, what I gonna be able to talk about the Brantley legacy and say, bye, this man give me this the future. 44 pages and bruh. And I tell you like boy, he got a lot of free money where he be I want to give it. Them man just want to be a welfare state. But I like one of the things them was some kind of saying as far as we go be careful with these politicians who just want to gear the things. I do not want to be in Nevis and like got to depend on these man to give me something, you know. I want the environment and Nevis be in such a place that well you could get opportunity. Opportunity is gonna be there. The peace program, that is one of my big issue with the peace program. You want to just give man money. It would have been quicker if the government been tell me them are gonna invest the money in a skills to give them man. I would have feel better if them man had a skill rather than the money you go buy rental. That's not a skill to me. That not alleviating nothing to me. And as me I tell you, these labor politicians or these labor backers, them I tell you, They're not in a nothing with CCM. I'm telling you, they ain't in nothing with no CCM. I done telling you all the time, I can't see how you gonna come together that you're gonna tell me Mark Brantley and Denzel Douglas gonna be on the same team. Boy, not unless it got to happen. I believe if Dougie and Mark going somewhere and the two of them are in a first class and the two of them are side by side, but them are gonna to move one of them on there. But you're telling me you gonna can't be the two of them? Cabinet? No, no. Based upon why he ain't Labour people talking about, and now hear them say they would reach over.
Yeah, how me feel too. Secession referendum on the horizon.
Um, secession, no, but secession no nowhere close, nowhere near close, boy. What are you talking about?
Maybe a referendum. Maybe at least the option. They might talk about. I
No,
mean, I had asked Mark that just because what Davis can do.
the only thing the premier can tell you about referendum is I'm looking into it. Referendum hard on. The premier tell you anything but he want to do something hard. He want to do
So,
easy. That make the premier love the election, you know. Easy work with he. He never hard work with him.
check it right, Alan. I want to tell you something. I feel like even the Labour supporters may feel one way. I feel we have seen in politics people do stupidness for no reason. You could see Labour getting with whoever they need to get with to get in power.
The,
They
the
will come
only
down
way
to it.
labor, the only way labor. Okay, let me give you the only circumstance labor generally is CCM. If labor win five and CCM win three, they will do it. Outside of
Okay,
that,
let's look at
and,
another way. Check
and
this
I
out.
also want to get the whole on because I hear why I say the first prime minister be Kennedy Simmons.
Kennedy
He's
Simmons.
a prime, right?
Yeah.
He had the big speech on Sunday, and I
Yeah.
hear some pimping in the speech there. He was in a player in a management position, and I hear the premier getting pimp. And if I ain't listen to the first prime minister, I always what the most gangster thing Barack Obama do is when he get in, he make Hillary Clinton the Secretary of State, and the job of the Secretary of State is to get out the fucking country. Move. And I hear the man there say the first thing he support Mark Brantley. And the first thing we're gonna have him do is go to Europe and go to Asia for a month. And me say, what?
What? What?
What?
For a month?
You man, I'll be premier who got an election next year, go Europe, who go repair what? And what? You see them pimping there?
Oh.
You hear what I tell you,
Boys,
Barack Obama, the job where you do? The person what he ain't
boys.
you know, cussing all them things they said, Hillary, I got a job for you. You know where your job come be? Get out the fucking country.
Boys, oh my
Thank you.
God, boy.
Man got
Boys.
If
point, Reese.
if he don't recognize the pimping, this is part of what I tell you. I understand that this thing got to be split up, you know? You cannot be the chief diplomat. Your job is to be out of the country and to be negotiating with people and also be the premier and do the two of them effectively. No. But you also got opposition that is competent to get your ass out of there. And watch out. Here's the thing about this thing, eh? There is no there is no way the premier could lose this election good, eh? If he loses it, it's a total capitulation. If he win 2-1 and he lose a seat, still losing, especially if he never gonna sink it. If he win all three in a Nevis, and he still got to go down in the opposition and sing it, he still lose. The only way for the premier to win this election is to get back down in his seat, Mijit. As a government minister, he put himself in a box. Watch out, the same way how I'm telling you, any of the candidates could have been like, bye, watch it, we just trying to represent. We're gonna do the federal thing. We ain't coming back from it. CCM has not been clear in a lot of the shits. I don't like how they're dealing with the message. CCM, I tell you, there's an attack on democracy. Vote for the hammer or stop home. Good job. Nice sounds. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving. We'll be back at 7 on Friday.
Wait. We can be here 7 o'clock Friday night?
Oh, I set my clock me here, you say, you know?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Let me show them. All right, tell them now, Alan. Tell them. Keep your eyes on the camera, Alan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having our election coverage Friday at 7 o'clock. As I said, I want to see. Boy, bad? Yeah, soul. Boy, if I don't give a fuck about them, we're there. Listen, I just, when I listen polling station and the results, right? I just trying to gauge if I kind of, if I don't care. Guess who don't care, right? Along with I. Me no live a bad. I would like to get access. I would like if I care about that, right? So that when I drive over there, I could get cars too. But if I not get, me not get neither. So I'm just watching the polling stations to see the people who are satisfied with their constituency and the development of their constituency. Um, Last election, as I see, me doesn't waste no time. If I hear the people of bad and is no kind of resistance, I don't know what's going on, Mr. Premier. Go ahead with number 9. When I hear over in number 10, we're gonna see how St. Thomas is this election. I'm interested to see how Brownhill going on. I'm to see a lot of things. I don't think that the Premier, but even if I ever give the man this seat, I gonna do it easy with no pressure. Yeah, it's up to you. We'll see on Friday who will be wailing and moaning, gnashing their teeth.
No, you not be me.
Never laugh.
No, you not gonna be me at all.
So good evening,
Oh
everyone.
boy.
If y'all want to say good night, I'll just say good night.
Yes,
I don't
massive
say.
uncle. Thank you for being here with us. Another joint show. Friday we back again. Election coverage 7 o'clock. You done the last time 2020 we had one of the greatest election coverage ever. So we're back again doing it
No,
again.
the greatest.
The greatest.
The greatest.
And
The greatest.
we got some guests gonna be popping in and out. We got some people on the grounds that gonna be popping in and out, giving us the live atmosphere feel and letting us know how things are. We have some individuals that we walk into get some behind the scenes things taken care of. So we're working on that right now. But it promises to be one of the greatest election coverages.
The
So make sure
greatest.
y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in on Friday night. And tell her something. If you realize Facebook Live is only run for 8 hours. At the end of this Facebook Live, that we're going to do election aid. When it done at 8 hours, I'm not logging back on. This thing we do last time, we log off and log on. Nah, do it. Okay? So make sure that you're logged in with us, and if the results not coming in time, we go. But with that being said, guys, blessings. Thank you guys for being here with us. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everyone, and thank you for joining. We appreciate you. We love you. And bye. We go.
Good night, Marley, and you can turn off your computer now.
Yeah. Save some electricity. Save that electricity.